What's up, this is Score 2448, we're following Simulator 17 video. Today we'll be doing the world's toughest towing test here on the West Bridge Hills map with 3/4-ton trucks. The load for today is 13,500 pounds, which includes a tri-axle gooseneck tow trailer and 3 Bobcat S770 skid loaders. We'll be testing 4 different trucks here today, which are a 2017 Ford F350 King Ranch Power Stroke, a Chevy 3500 HD High Country Duramax, a GMC Sahira 2500 HD Duramax, and a Ram 2500 Cummins. We will first have to load up all of the skid loaders onto the trailer, and the first truck will be the Ford. We'll be hopping on the inside, turning it on, and we'll be attaching. We will be doing the same route as our last towing test, which was last week, but we will be adding on to it with a very steep hill, which should be pretty exciting. We'll be testing out how these handle and all of the power and everything like that with all of the different brands, which should be pretty exciting. We'll be backing up here to this trailer and we'll be loading up. A few of these trucks just came into the game last week, which is pretty exciting. It looks like we are not yet lined up, so we'll back up. Looks like you do have to be very lined up here with this truck, which is pretty realistic, and I will be trying to be as realistic throughout today's towing test, since you would be kind of doing different towing tests to see which one outperforms the other. So let me know down below in the comments which one did the best today throughout today's, and it's going to be a pretty exciting thing. So let's see which one won down below in the comments. Like I was saying, we'll be backing on all of these skid loaders since all of the weight is in the back with the giant diesel engine. We'll be backing these on, and these are very heavy skid loaders, just I believe 3,500 pounds without the bucket, and I think that that's pretty good right about there. And I mean, this will be one heavy load. We'll be testing everything that all these trucks do have to offer. If you guys would like to see more towing tests here on the channel, let me know down below in the comments. This is a pretty cool thing, and it's very realistic because different companies do want to see which one will their truck line up in the list with towing. And 13,500 pounds is right in the middle of 13,000 and 14,000, which is the average load. So I mean, that's pretty good how we kind of did that, and especially since this gooseneck trailer is pretty heavy, it also does help out. So we'll kind of be loading on this last skid loader. Now, the last towing test we did was with half-ton trucks, which is pretty exciting. So let me know down below in the comments if we should do a 1/4-ton trucks. I think that that'll be a very cool thing to do. So as you guys can see, we got all of them loaded on, and we'll be hopping back into the truck, tilting this down, and we will be locking the load to prevent them from moving around just a little bit. So we'll be heading out here from the headquarters, which we'll be coming back to at the end of every test, and it will be the same route for all of the trucks to keep it as realistic as possible. It looks like we do have to take a much wider turn, and we do actually have to slide back these hydraulic wheels, which is pretty exciting. We do want the weight as distributed as we can, so we'll take this much wider turn, and we'll be kind of starting it, and the first section is going downhill. So we'll be testing how this does if the truck kind of wants to slide out on us, or if we do have to continue to brake, or the engine brake of the truck will automatically do it. And like we're saying, guys, a few of these trucks just came into the game, which is pretty exciting. And as you guys can see, I'm not on the acceleration, we are just kind of going down the hill, and it looks like this Ford really does a great job towing downhill, not even on the brakes, we are maintaining the same speed throughout the hill, which is pretty awesome. Looks like the truck is doing its job. So the next section is to take a left. We'll be going around, and we are adding on to it today, which is pretty exciting. And we are trying to keep it as realistic, but we also want to kind of keep it the same route as all the other tests and just add on to it every now and then. So we'll be taking this left up here, and the next one is a pretty steep hill, but the next hill that we will be doing also will be a bit of a challenge. And at the end of the street, we'll not be stopping, just so we do not lose any of our momentum. We'll see how it does on bumps. As you guys can see, it stays very stable going over those tracks, which is awesome. And I thought hauling 3 skid loaders should be a very cool thing to do, especially since, I mean, this is a little bit of hauling and doing a towing test in the same thing, just so we keep hauling it back to the same location. So as you guys can see, we are making it up this hill no problem. These trucks are as stock as they can. Stock wheels, stock tune, everything like that. We'll be continuing down here, and this is a new section of this, which should be very exciting. We'll be going down this hill, taking a left, and this will also add on 2 separate hills for us, which is going to be a very cool thing. As you guys can see, we are braking, and I mean, braking distance on this Ford is very good. We're kind of turning in here and going up a dirt hill. So dirt is also a bit of a challenge since it is loose and not really pavement, but it should also be a very cool challenge. So like we're saying, guys, here is a hill, very challenging, especially with trees and it being dirt, but one of the steepest hills in the game I've ever seen. Take a look at that, guys. We are slowing down, but the truck is able to make it up, and wow, that was a bit of a challenge. Looks like we did have a little bit of problems with the front wheel kind of turning on to this road, but overall very good, and this Ford definitely did pass, which is pretty exciting. And this one does have a pretty cool first person view, very nicely done on the dash. And I will have the link to all of the trucks down below in the description that are public. As you guys can see, we made it back over here, so we'll be turning in here, and it actually looks like the truck is squatting just a little bit, which is okay. And a few of these trucks are kind of 3500s, and a few are 2500s. And I wish that we could have all of the same, but I do want as latest as we can. As you guys can see, we did just detach it. We'll be kind of backing this up, and next up is the Chevy High Country. Very exciting truck. This one looks awesome, so we'll be hopping in this. All of these trucks, like I was saying earlier, do have a diesel engine, which is also pretty realistic. Stock suspension, everything is awesome, and hopefully this is as fair as we can. But like I was saying, guys, this does not depict the real life trucks just because they are different. But as you guys can see, this High Country is squatting just a little bit, and take a look at that, guys. The back end goes down, the front goes up when we are kind of pulling out here from the headquarters. So we'll kind of be pulling out here. Hopefully we do not run into any problems. Looks like it does lean into the turns when towing, so this might be a bit of a challenge with this truck, but it still should do a pretty good job, even though it is squatting quite a bit. As you guys can see, we are not losing traction, and we are coming down to one of the downhill sections, and I really do like this downhill section with the turn, because sometimes trucks kind of do not do well, and you can pretty much jackknife a truck just kind of going down this hill. So I mean, having different types of hills is pretty exciting, but overall this truck did very good. Even though it is squatting, I mean, it's still doing the work of hauling it, and all of these are really good work trucks, and I mean, traction wise, this truck does great. We'll be taking this left up here, and I think that we might have a little bit of trouble going over the bumps, especially since it is squatting, and it's probably resting down on the bumpers there to prevent it from going down any further. But we'll be kind of going over this. We'll get a side view action, and let's see what happens when we do go over this. Take a look at that, guys. Doesn't do that bad at all, just like the Ford. It went over it with no problem, which is awesome. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I do appreciate each and every one of you supporting the daily videos here on the channel. It's a lot of fun doing daily farming sim videos, and I do appreciate all of the positive feedback and support on all of the videos. As you guys can see, we are coming up to the new section of it, and we'll be kind of going down this hill, seeing how it does kind of braking. Almost we are coming downhill to a complete stop, which is good. At the same time, it really does kind of test out the braking power, everything like that. And overall, this High Country did a really good job kind of coming down this hill, and we'll definitely be going up this steep hill. So this will be pretty exciting. The Ford did struggle just a little bit, so hopefully some of these do. That way it's a bit of a challenge, and we might even have to take a few tries to get up the hill. But we'll definitely give it a try here with the Chevy High Country. This is a 3500, just like the Ford, but take a look at that, guys. We are slowing down, and I mean, this hill is the challenge, and hopefully we could get much larger, steeper hills just like this, maybe a few with asphalt, because I mean, that's one epic hill, and it is pretty cool to kind of challenge them with different terrain also. Alright, we'll be making our way back over to the headquarters to switch it out for the GMC 2500 HD. Now, like we're saying, guys, we are now moving from 3500s to a 2500, and I wish that we could have all of the same, but I really do like all of these four trucks. We're making this very wide turn. I took it just a little bit too wide, but it's always good to be safe and make it easy without having to make too much corrections turning. So as you guys can see, this High Country really did a good job, and like we were saying earlier, let me know down below in the comments which one won, and just say like Chevy, GMC, Ford, or Ram. And I did try to get some of the major truck brands. We did feature the Titan in the half-ton truck, which was pretty cool. Next up is the GMC 2500 HD Duramax. This truck will be very interesting, especially since, I mean, it's a little bit older, not a 2017 model year, but it does have all stock parts, which is pretty cool. We'll be backing up. As you guys can see, we do have it attached now, so we'll be kind of starting out here. And this truck also does have a pretty cool first-person view, so I think we'll be using this also. Now we are on to the next section of the test, which is going downhill on the windy turns. We'll be seeing how this truck will do. As you guys can see, so far we are maintaining control. Looks like it's not really doing anything out of the ordinary, and overall this is very cool. Like I was saying earlier, also I really do enjoy doing towing tests. These are pretty cool, kind of challenging all these trucks here in Farm Sim to see which one outperforms the other, which is a very cool thing to know, and it's also very interesting to see which truck the modders do kind of have set to be the strongest. And all of these trucks were made by different modders also, which means that the scripting and the powertrain, everything like that, will be different on all of them. So next up, we'll be kind of going up the hill, and what I like about this is having these train tracks. It does test out to see how bouncy the suspension is. And take a look at that, guys. This GMC is actually gaining speed going up this hill, and I mean, we are having no problem. We'll take this turn here. Like I was saying, we won't be stopping there because we definitely will be losing a lot of momentum, and we do not want to do that, especially with 13,500 pounds on the back. Now you can also tow more with the gooseneck hitch compared to the regular conventional bumper pull. But as you guys can see, we are coming very fast down. We'll be testing out the brakes of this GMC, almost coming to a stop within seconds, which is a big bonus here. So we'll be taking a wide turn, and usually when you do haul larger trailers like this, you do want tow mirrors fully extended out, not in just the regular mode, and you do want to have a very large turning radius all the time. So we'll be going up this steep hill. Like I was saying, guys, this is a bit of a challenge. Hopefully this will be able to make it up. Looks like we are losing speed, but this truck is still going up it. Wow, this Duramax is a very strong engine, and this GMC really did a pretty good job. We have one more truck in today's towing challenge, which is a Ram. It's a 2500, which is pretty exciting, and that also is completely stock. But as you guys can see, these Bobcat S770s are very heavy, and they are the perfect kind of equipment to haul. I was going to do John Deere tractors, but I did run into a collision problem. So as you guys can see, we are kind of arriving back here at the headquarters, where we are kind of attaching and detaching the GMC, then attaching the Ram. So we'll be backing up and parking it up. And I do appreciate all of these modders for making epic trucks like the Ford, like the Chevy, the GMC, and these Ram. These are awesome trucks, and I do enjoy featuring them in these videos, showcasing all of their hard work. We'll be backing up, and we'll be attaching for the final truck of the day. We'll be seeing how this one does, and as you guys can see, this truck is squatting. We're disconnected, and it actually looks like it is not really squatting. The truck looks like does need to get a leveling kit, so it's a good thing we tested that out, so we do know that it's not the squatting and it's not the weight of the trailer, it's just how the truck is sitting, and hopefully we could get that worked out. Maybe because we've towed so many trailers, the suspension is just a little lower. But now we are heading down this hill. As you guys can see, this Ram is doing a very good job going down it, no problems whatsoever, and I mean overall this Cummins is doing a pretty good job so far. And let me know down below in the comments, guys, if we should do a towing test in winter. I think that that'll be a pretty cool thing to do, testing how all of these trucks do react in the colder climate and all of the different traction problems that winter does bring. So next up, we'll be kind of coming over here to the train tracks. We'll get some momentum, and even this little bit of bump does sometimes kind of lose control of the truck and have us go a little bit out of control. So I mean, having those bumps is pretty helpful for these towing tests. We'll be making this turn, and overall this Ram is very powerful. We are now making our way over to the last section of the test, which, like I was saying, is added on, and I really do like kind of featuring the same route just to be pretty realistic. You do want to test all of the vehicles on the same one, but I think we might change it up kind of once we get new trucks. As you guys can see, the braking on this Ram is perfect. We'll be taking this turn for the final time today, and we'll be going up this hill. Now, having dirt does come with its own kind of interesting features, like traction problems, or even just having it loose and everything like that. So we'll be making up it, and sometimes dirt is better, sometimes asphalt is better. But as you guys can see, this Ram is making it up it. This is a very steep hill, as you guys can see. I think we'll kind of get out right about here. I did put the e-brake on, and just take a look at how steep this hill, guys, is. It's very steep and overall perfect for testing the power of all of these trucks. So now we'll be making our way back over to our headquarters, then we'll be calling it a day. And overall, today was very successful. Let me know down below in the comments which truck won today's challenge: the Ram, the GMC, the Chevy, or the Ford. And like I was saying, the Chevy and the Ford are 3500s, while the other two are 2500s, which is a little bit different power-wise, everything like that. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's towing test with 3/4 ton trucks. Thanks for watching, have a great day, and subscribe for more.